If I redid the sequels, I would leave The Force Awakens pretty much alone. I think they set up some amazing things. I'll start off with the second of the trilogy. Rey still finds Luke Skywalker, but this time she's not alone. Finn is with her. Luke, who did not go to this island to run away, but to wait for the right opportunity to fight against the First Order, would be overwhelmed with emotion because he sees Rey, who he knows. You see, Luke was the one that sent her to Jakku and erased her memory to protect her from Snoke and from Kylo Ren because she is too important. I would make it that Rey is actually the granddaughter of Obi-Wan Kenobi. Turns out that Obi-Wan Kenobi had a son with Satine, and his name was Corky. And the entire second movie is about Rey and Finn training with Luke Skywalker. And I would make it that Rey struggles a little. But while she's training, she's getting visions from Kylo Ren. And Kylo would show Rey the destruction that he is causing across the galaxy with the Knights of Ren. I would show the Knights of Ren and Kylo Ren just taking New Republic system after New Republic system until he eventually corners his mother, Leia, on a planet. Now, Rey would see this, and she would plead with Luke, and now was the time that they needed to go fight the First Order. Luke would agree. He would tell Rey that they needed help. They needed an army. And this is where Luke is going to tell Rey of her grandmother, Satine, who was once the ruler of Mandalore, and that the Mandalorians hold a distaste towards the First Order, who they see no different than the Empire. Luke Skywalker would take Rey to Mandalore, and when they arrive, they are greeted by Boba and his forces. But there is a cloaked Mandalorian out in the distance just watching. Luke would tell Boba that he needs an army to fight against the First Order, but Boba would tell Luke that unfortunately his forces are currently tied up fighting against a Mandalorian set known as Death Watch, and they are being led by a former ally and his former Jedi foundling. Luke would ask Boba Fett if he had no intention of helping him, why was he invited? And this is where Boba Fett would tell Luke that before anything else, he was a bounty hunter. Boba's forces would surround Luke, Rey, and Finn, and a fight would break out. Now, the trio are doing pretty good fighting off the Mandalorians, but there are just too many of them. And when things are looking grim, a Mandalorian ship would land, and the bay door would open. An older Grogu would walk down the ramp, covered in Mandalorian armor. He would light up his lightsaber and help the trio escape on board his ship that is being piloted by Din Djarin himself. So at this point, Leia's forces are all but destroyed. The Knights of Ren are just way too powerful, but Kylo Ren still hasn't entered the fight. That is until he sees Mandalorian ships begin to arrive. Swarms of Death Watch troopers begin to attack the Knights of Ren and the First Order stormtroopers. Kylo Ren would sense his uncle and see Rey and Finn, who are now more powerful, take the fight to the Knights of Ren. Now at this point, Kylo Ren feels jealousy and anger that he has been replaced. He wants to destroy Luke Skywalker more than anything, but he realized that he is just too powerful, so he does the next best thing. He intends to destroy his new students. Kylo Ren makes his way over to Rey, and he intends to strike her down, but he's about to. She is pushed aside by Finn, and Finn takes the blow for her. Seeing Finn cut down, Rey ascend into a fury, and she taps into the dark side and takes the fight to Kylo. The two are trading blows until he uses the Force to knock her out. Kylo Ren then picks up Rey and takes her on board his ship. He tells his forces that their work here is done, and they all leave. While this was going on, Luke Skywalker was making his way over to his sister, but he stops when he realizes that Rey tapped into the dark side. He quickly turns around and begins to make his way over to Rey, but he realized that it's too late. She has been taken. Subscribe if you want to see part 2.